Hey everyone, this is Randy from BibleBuyingGuide.com. Today I'm taking a look at a new Bible, limited edition, from Church Bible Publishers called the Circuit Rider Bible. It is in brown cowhide. Now this is the thinline edition with a new cover. And this new cover is beautiful. It's full grain cowhide from AA leather. Edge lined, not sure what that leather is inside here, but it is very soft. But feels rugged. Doesn't feel like it would scratch easily. It has a flap that comes around, but now the flap is not stiff. And one problem I've had with flaps is that they tend to get in the way. This one doesn't. It just lays open. Lays open with no trouble at all. This entire Bible lays open with no trouble at all. A little bit here in the front with the tab being stiff. I've not broken this in. This is not my Bible. I have to send this back. Actually, it's going to another reviewer, so I won't be able to answer questions about the leather, but this is the thinline edition, which I also have, so I will be able to answer questions about that text. But the leather itself has an elegant grain. I've always said cowhide is the most underrated leather, and I'm going to stand by that. I love this leather. I typically don't really get excited about leather that often and that much, but I love this leather. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spine ribs, nothing printed on the front, tan threading around the perimeter, and it's not overlapped or anything like that. It's just sewn together to the liner, giving it a little bit of a rough finish. I like that. I like that a lot. It is flexible, but not floppy. I can hold it open. No issues at all. After it breaks in, it might be a little bit more floppy than I prefer, but I do like it enough to give that a try. Love the grain. I love the color. Dark brown with the lighter brown inside the grain. That's beautiful. I love that. Then on the spine we have Holy Bible, King James, and CBP. Yeah, I wish I knew what that leather was, but that feels nice. It's not too soft. One of the problems I've had with their iron calfskin is that it's soft. If you lay it on something, or if you set something on it, it'll take that impression, and it'll also warp just a little bit in the heat. It feels a little bit soft. It scratches easily. It's good enough leather for the price. This one, though, if I had the choice, I would take this leather. This is a limited edition, so it's not going to be something they have for long. And being a circuit rider means that it's for preachers. So for preachers, this is a 9-point font. And of course, anytime we're talking about points for fonts, we're talking about the uppercase. The lowercase are a little bit small on this one, and you can see there with that L and E. And that makes the font look a little smaller than it is. So it looks more like an 8-point, really. If you can preach from an 8-point, then you shouldn't have any trouble with this Bible at all. Clean text, text-only edition, an inch margin on the outside, a little bit of a margin on the inside. No interruptions in the text at all. Easy to preach from. The paper is 33 GSM. I don't see any glare under direct light. Mostly line matched, but that's not typically on purpose. It just comes out that way most of the time. And then red letter. The red is a decent red. It's about a medium darkness, and it's fairly consistent. I've not turned every page in this like I normally do, since this is not one that I'm keeping. I don't want to use their Bibles too much. Just enough. But the red looks consistent. The black is consistent. It's a consistent darkness. Not too much show through. You can see the show through a little more obvious where there's no text on the other side of the page. But it looks good. Gold gilt edges. Art gilt is pretty, but it gets messed up. I'm okay with it just not having art gilt every time. 2 ribbons, and then black and gold head tail bends. And of course, it's sewn. They don't do anything that's not sewn. I even forget to say that nowadays. It's just so common. And then in the back, we've got 16 pages of the regular Bible paper for notes, and then we have a few pages of the thick end sheets. So here it is, staying open close to the back of it. This flap is not getting in the way, and that's the thing I like about the way this leather is made. It's easy enough to use. And there's how it stays open in the back. So it's not fighting me trying to open. I can work with this. So if you can preach from a small enough font, and let's look at the overall size. Just grab the one I happen to have right here. Let's see what we got here. See if I can figure out how to read these things. We have about 7 by 9 3/4. And 1 inch thick. So yeah, it's not a small footprint, but it is a small Bible as far as thickness, and it doesn't feel large at all. This is easy to carry, easy to hold, and I love this leather. I might have to buy this one. This will sell for $125, and it will come out the 1st of July. And it is limited edition, so I don't know how long they're going to have these or how many they're going to have, but I hope they keep them. I love this leather. That's probably cowhide also. If I were guessing, I'd call that cowhide too. Here's how it compares to the Thinline. They are the same Bible. So if you're familiar with the Thinline, then you already know what this text is like. Just a quick comparison though. So we're on page 9. We're on page 393. So let's turn to 393. So they're the same Bible. Same thing. Here's how they compare. If you wanted to see the text. So yeah, I like this a lot. I love that leather. I love the size of this Bible. The paper is nice enough. It's a good Bible. I recommend this one. If you're okay with the small font and you're okay with the larger footprint, you don't need a small footprint, then this is a good Bible. Of course, no tools or anything like that. But not everyone wants all that in their Bible they're preaching from. I personally don't myself. So I'll place some links in the notes where you can make a purchase. And I'll leave a link to the written review. I won't cover the details about the text because I already reviewed the Thinline, but I'll show a lot of pictures about this Bible, a lot of pictures of this cowhide, and then I'll also put a link to the Thinline review if you want more information about the text. And then this Bible will go to the next reviewer. If you have any questions about the text, I can answer that, but I can't answer questions about the leather, except for memory, which I wouldn't recommend trying. But yeah, I highly recommend this Bible. I love this Bible. And I probably will end up getting one. Thanks for watching.